Welcome to my Saints Row the Third impressions so far video. In this video we'll be talking about Saints Row the Third for the PC. Just telling you guys my impressions so far, and eventually once I beat the game I will continue with part 2 of this video. But until then, let's get into the video. Saints Row the Third was released November 18th, 2011 in America. On the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. There's also DLC content available for download through, I think, THQ's website if it's still up, and on Steam powered.com. But the game is set in the fictional city of Steelport. The city is very similar to New York City. In the game you start off as the leader of the 3rd Street Saints gang. The game mostly consists of turf wars, battles, main missions. You can also do side missions in the game, activities, mini games. Some of those mini games consist of shooting down a certain number of you have to shoot down a certain number of helicopters, boats, different kinds of vehicles, mascots. You have to kill, I think, like 200 of those in the game in order to get like an achievements. There's many different unlockable achievements, and I've unlocked some of them so far that you need to do. Drive on the wrong side of traffic in the wrong lane for a certain number of miles or feet or whatever. But some of the mini games you can go into Professor Ginky's building. There's different icons that show you where all these mini games are, and each mini game ranges from. Sorry, I'll get back to what I was saying about the professor thing. The difficulties range from easy to medium to hard in each of these different mini games and side missions. But one of them you can go through and go into a building, Professor Ginky's extravaganza or something, I forget. But you go through this building killing enemies in different mascot suits. They have it's a very humorous thing. You're shooting down billboard signs that pop up, and you have to rack up a certain amount of money or just get to the exit in time. It's a timed thing. There's also obstacles in your way. Road dividers, you have to hop over those and go up ladders and walkways. And there's pipes of flames that shoot out left and right from a wall, and they create a barrier. There's also like electrical current that does the exact same thing. So there's different things in these mini games that slow you down. You can also do different things to help out the gang by getting gang properties and earning properties in the game and purchasing them. You can purchase tattoo shops, clothing stores, garages to fix up your vehicles. You can buy those and get discounts on each of these different things. Many different clothing stores. There's hospitals where you can actually upgrade your character, change their appearance, making them into a male, female, change their clothes at your cribs. There's several different cribs you can have. Just a regular apartment. You can buy a loading dock, which there you can access your different boats and jet skis and whatnot. Then at the crib you can access your cars. You can customize these cars. There's like motorcycles, SUVs, cement trucks, construction trucks, trash trucks, many different cars that look very similar to actual licensed dealerships. I'm not going to mention the names because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I'll get back to this in a minute. There's many different characters in here. This is the leader of the Morningstar gang here overlooking the city. That's a really cool wallpaper. But in the game you need to take down these different gangs in order to progress through the main story of the game. So that's really cool. It's a very enjoyable game. I'm enjoying it very much. I'm currently 41 hours into the game as of recording this video, and I'm almost at the halfway mark. I'm about 47 finished. I think 47% of the game finished, maybe 30. I haven't looked at that in a few weeks since I actually did go out of town before making this video, so I haven't played the game in 3 or 4 days. But here's some of your gang here. You can get this brute guy here. He's the big muscular guy you see on the far left here. It takes you a little while to get him. The pimp looking guy, the black guy in the very bright purple top hat here in the pimp suit with the purple high top shoes rather. he talks through a microphone on his cane, and that's actually an auto tuner within that microphone, and he mainly talks through that to you to when you're doing missions. So he's a really interesting character. I'll talk a little bit more about him in a minute, but the city is a big open world. There's many different things to do. You can just buy cars or steal them. Well, not buy them, but steal a car and just go around causing rampage. You can um, you first start out, you're having to do missions by yourself, mainly doing the missions by yourself, and they start out easy and they get a little harder as you progress through the game's story mode. And then eventually you are able to bring two gang members with you in a vehicle, or they can follow you in a separate vehicle if you want, or they just pretty much they kind of do what they want. So it kind of they're kind of stupid in that effect because they kind of hold you up sometimes. They don't always get in the car when you immediately when you want them to. They kind of tend to slack and lollygag around. Um, so the AI is kind of dumb in this game. That's one of the downfalls. But you can fully customize your character, make them a male, female, and eventually you can make them an alien. You can pretty much customize them and do almost anything you want. You can put them in different hero suits. None of the DC Comics or Marvel or anything like that. You can't put them in those kind of suits. It's mostly here's a cat suit with the wolf head. I haven't seen that yet, but that's cool. You can there's an ape suit back there or animal. Here's the actual cat suit you can do. You can customize the colors. There's a dog suit here. You can have all different kinds of clothes. S&M's type stuff like the sex store type clothing you can have with the leathers and the whips and the chains, and you can dress your character in female clothes, male clothes, like different suits, gangster stuff, sports attire. There's no NBA teams on these suits. It's mostly a jersey that's going to support your represent your gang. But this character, he's pretty interesting. He's I forget his name, but he's really funny. He's very funny. Here's Shandi, and I'll talk about a little bit more about the characters when I finish the game. Then I'll know a little bit more. She's in your gang. She will help you out in different ways. Come and help you when you're in a pinch. You can also upgrade your character to have 3 tag along people from your gang. You just go up to them and press Z on the keyboard for the PC one and to recruit them and have them come and help you along, and they'll stay with you until they die. They will not leave you unless you dismiss them. Here's Pierce. He will give you missions to do, and he'll come and help you out when you're in a bind sometimes. Not very frequently though, because he's usually busy with other stuff. But he is going to help you, guide you through many of the main missions in this game. So he's really like your best friend in the game, so that's really cool. Very enjoyable game. I'm enjoying it so far. You can customize your vehicles, put not gun turrets. You can this is a ridiculous amount of like a very ridiculous amount of upgrading your car. You can put different tread on the tires to gain respect. Sunroofs, grills, guardrails, bumpers. You can mess with the colors, make it 2-tone, 1-tone, 3-tone. Different styling rims are not quite as stylish as I've seen in like past games, like for the Nintendo 64 and the GTA 4 and whatnot. The Grand Theft Auto games, especially San Andreas, because that was a little. You could customize your car a little differently, but this game really goes that extra mile. You can really customize the car, put different exhaust tips on the back on the car. Here's Killbane. He's the leader of one of the gangs you're having to fight off in the main story of the game. I'll get back to the cars in a minute, guys. Sorry this is a little all over the place with this. But here's some of the characters' suits you can do. This is doggy style. It's a dog suit. It's very humorous. The game tends to make fun of itself in the billboards on the sides of the road, on the highways. There's also times when it's playing serious music, and then you'll hear music that's like I don't think it's even the mainstream. It was meant for this game. It's like silly lyrics and just all around funny stuff. You can make your character into the Blue Man here as well. That's really cool. It's very neat that you can customize your character in any way you want, really, for the most part. It's different skin tones, mustache, hairstyles, all different kinds of great stuff. And I'm glad this game has a sense of humor, and in turn it makes fun of itself. Here's an advertisement here. No time to cook, puck it, eat out. The Puck Me, Puck You restaurant. Press fast and fun. That's hilarious. I've never seen that. But mainly most of the gang members in your gang are female, and they dress very feminine and scandalous. Very interesting. You're shooting down helicopters, fighting off different gangs. You can take over gang territory or operations in order to gain respect within this in the city, to gain respect of people on the streets, your fellow gang members, and eventually you do gain some respect in these rival gangs, which is very interesting to see. But getting back to the car customization, you can only customize the vehicles that are the ground vehicles. You cannot customize the actual vehicles that fly in the air, the planes, the helicopters, the jet here. As you see, you can actually get this by beating a mission in the game, so that's pretty cool. But the cars, it's just ridiculous. You can put nitrous on them, on all the vehicles. There's motorcycles, different kind of motorcycles. The old school motorcycles you could see like in Harley Davidson, and then the ninja bikes and the dirt bikes. You can upgrade those fully. There's trash trucks, cement trucks, different kinds of cars, muscle cars. Here's one of the cars in the game. You can see in this brochure here, this online ad. Here is Professor Genki's Super Ethical Reality Max. That's one of the mini missions you can do in this game. Very fun. You can go through and do a mini mission. It's a tank. Go through and cause lots of mayhem, racking up damage caused, and the money that it's going to cost to repair this or whatever. So it's very, very fun. In the side missions, you can also listen to the radio. There's licensed music on here from like the Butthole Surfers, Tone Loc. It's just a great soundtrack. But here's one. You can also make like a mixtape type soundtrack, which you can make your own playlist, choose your own songs. There's also Motley Crue, the Black Keys. It's just a great soundtrack. And now it's not quite as extensive as some other games, as far as like track listing, and it's not anything like Grand Theft Auto series, or it comes close to the San Andreas soundtrack. It's like that quality of music, those great artists. But here's a very funny car here. You could this cannon on this truck just shoots air, and you cannot get this truck like a regular truck like this in the game. It's all I think you can win this game through doing a mission, but I went ahead and got some DLC content for it, and I'll talk about that and in the next video, possibly part 2 of this. But enjoying the game very much so. It's well made by THQ and Volition Inc. So that's the game for the PC. There's also, you can take over different shops in the game, like a tattoo shop, different clothing stores. You can buy those. There's a hospital you can take over, which you can actually customize your character. It's a plastic surgery place. There's several, like 5 or 6 in town, in the different parts of the town or city. So you take those over to gain respect and make money. That's where you make most of your money in the game. Also, you can make money through missions, so that's pretty cool. But you can also customize your gang, choose what kind of cars they drive, customize those cars, change out the way they look, the style of dress they have, their weapons. You can buy upgrades within the game to like ward off certain gangs and their notoriety and whatnot. There's just not enough I can say in this video, this first part of the video, to fully cover it. So, but very enjoyable game. I like it. It was worth getting it on sale on Steam at the time. And also the DLC content is very inexpensive, and it has a lot to offer. And I'll talk more about that in part 2. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Gonna get back into making videos like I was early last year, since I have the time. But I will be getting a new job, and that will slightly interfere with this. So this is the end of this video, guys. If you like what you see, please subscribe, rate, and comment. Thanks.